guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jasmine. Today is Monday, which means another speed build from me, and we are making a timber modern Scandinavian cabin, and it's designed to be like a romantic retreat destination for Granite Falls, which is the world that comes with outdoor retreat. So it is a vacation lot on the gallery, and it's quite a small home as well. So it's only one bedroom, one bathroom, and a small open plan living area, and it's basically made completely out of wood and timber, and it's got this sort of modern box design, and I got it from an image that I found online when I was looking for my modern Scandinavian build inspiration pictures for a build that I made a couple of weeks ago. I'll link that in the video if you're interested. But yeah, I came across like the same search terms, I came across a build that looked like this, and I thought it was such an interesting design with like that wooden, basically just this cube with, I don't know how to describe it, just that roof that sort of hangs over, and this big decking area as well with like a little fire pit. And so I tried to recreate it as best as I could. I end up making the decking area and the overhanging roof a little bit smaller than you can see at the minute, because it's starting to it just has too much space and it looks a bit neater when it made it a bit smaller. But yeah, I tried my best to recreate it, and I might include a picture if I can find a good one, because the one that I used had like text overlaid and it looked a bit weird. So I'll try and find a good one to show you guys, because it does look like a beautiful house in real life. But yeah, I thought it would be a really interesting one to try out in The Sims, so I hope you like it. Let me know down below if you do. And for the interior, I basically went with a dark timber and black modern aesthetic throughout basically. So for the kitchen, you'll see me try and I make it all using the Cool Kitchen Stuff pack at first, but then I go back and change it, so keep your eyes out for that, because I end up using a combination of two kitchen counters. So I use the timber wood from the base game, sort of industrial looking counters, and then I use the plain black modern counters that I think may also be base game. I use them for the actual cupboards, if that makes sense. So I believe it is still functional, because I have watched a video tutorial on someone doing this and they tell me that it's functional, but I haven't play tested yet, so I'll let you know potentially in the description once I've play tested it. But it will be easy for you to swap it out and just change it for some different counters. If it doesn't work, feel free just to change it back to the Cool Kitchen ones. But yeah, so I hope you like that. That was a little bit different, me trying out something new in terms of the kitchen. But I wanted to have a little bit of a rant, because yet again this was an example of me trying to do quite a timber heavy house. I've done a couple of these now, and the fact that The Sims 4 doesn't have any matching wood swatches is so annoying, because you can see at this stage I've got Spa Day walls and floors, and they're beautiful, I love them. But then I was trying to find columns and like roof trim and floor trim as well that matched those colours, and like the doors and like the bookshelves as well. I was trying to match the timber tones to all match, but oh my god, I could not find a good swatch in any of those things to look good together. It was so frustrating. So I ended up going back and changing all of like the columns and stuff on the exterior to black, so that it just looked a bit neater, because like the window frames were black, so I thought that sort of brought it together a little bit more. But yeah, like I said, there's no matching wood tones in The Sims, and I've had a rant about this before, but I just needed to get it off my chest again because it annoyed me in this build in particular. So, and also the fact that we have such limited options in terms of kitchen counters, hence why I used a weird combination of counters in order to get what I wanted. Basically, what I have a problem with, not only the fact that they've essentially stopped giving us full kitchens in packs, which I think is really ridiculous. Like, I watched Deli's reviews of packs sometimes, and at first she was angry about counters and sort of spoke out about it, and then she was like, oh, I now understand that they have a limited number of items that they have to add to each pack, and kitchens take up a certain number of items within a pack. And quite frankly, I think that's an unacceptable excuse, because kitchens are a very important part of a house and a design, and we have so few of them. They should just manage to make it a part of their packs. Like, no matter how many items it takes up, they should just make it so that each pack contains enough items to include a whole kitchen. Like, how how hard is that? Honestly, I play Planet Zoo, and the amount of items that we get per pack for the amount of money that we have to pay for Sims packs in comparison to what I pay for a Planet Zoo expansion, and the difference in not only like the animations that you get in the animals, but also all of the different items and the freedom that you can use those items as well, is like, the comparison is embarrassing, honestly. And I just wanted to have a little bit of a rant, because it's just not acceptable in a game. You know, it's about interior decorating, half of the game is, isn't it? And you're not even giving us one full room option within an expansion pack sometimes. It's just ridiculous. So rant over. Much more positive from now on in the video, I promise. I just listened back to my rant during editing, and I'm sorry that I was so angry. Apologies, but hopefully you agree with some of the things I was saying. I also forgot to mention that one of the reasons why I started the rant was because we don't really have very many wooden counter options in The Sims. We only have one industrial looking counter, and personally my favourite style of kitchen is a really sort of natural looking country style kitchen, and that would include for me a wooden countertop with a really plain country-ish cupboard style with just plain colours and not very modern looking, but maybe painted wood cupboards, if that makes sense. And that option doesn't exist at all, and I would really love to just see more wooden top counters, because we have so many like marble and smooth top counters. I feel like the issue would just be fixed with an option in The Sims to pick a texture for the countertop and a different texture for the cupboard, if that makes sense, so you could mix and match however you wanted. I'm not sure, but I believe Sims 2 had a similar sort of function to that in terms of like bed frame and bedding, which also would be an amazing feature. But something like that where you can sort of mix and match a little bit more, because not only do we not have very many options in terms of counters, but we also have very few swatch options as well. So I'm just thinking of vampires, for example, we only have 3 swatch options, which is a little bit frustrating. But yes, I'm not having a massive rant again, I promise. I just wanted to mention some of the things I forgot to say. So those are the other things that were bothering me. Let me know down in the comments if they are bothering you too. I'll go now and you can listen to the rest of my voiceover, I promise. So the idea behind this build, like I said, was that I wanted it to be some sort of holiday retreat, probably most likely for a couple. This wouldn't really be appropriate for a family or anything like that. So, and I ended up going back and adding a load of candles to the bedroom, which you will see in a minute, because I basically was inspired by that scene in Friends where Monica proposes to Chandler, and when he walks in the room there's just candles absolutely everywhere in the room, like on all of the floors, all of the surfaces, and just loads and loads of candles, and it's like really romantic, obviously. And I'm not personally a massive fan of candles, I absolutely never use them, but I thought it would be quite a cute contrast between like all the dark wood tones and then just beautiful candles everywhere. And especially with the eco lifestyle pack that we've got recently, where you can set the debug candles to different heights just by like clicking on them in game quite easily. I tried to make use of that. So after, you'll see in the screenshots, I went back in game after I finished building, obviously, and I just set all of the candles to different heights, but they were a bit glitchy with the flames. Like the flame kept appearing at the natural height as well as the height I'd set it to, if that makes sense. So that was quite frustrating, because that's something surely that will be a problem in the actual game. It's not just a matter of the cheat causing that, because when in game, if you have your candle burning for a long time, it does naturally go down. So that's a problem with the actual gameplay, I think. There's also like, I loved Eco Lifestyle as a pack, but I'm also finding the gameplay within my Let's Play to be quite glitchy as well. So the fabricator that you use to create furniture and stuff like that, that really regularly fails, and I've seen in a lot of people's Let's Plays that that has been failing for them too, so it's not just me. And it's just stuff like that that I just wish they'd fix, one, before the release of the game, but two, if it's still a problem after the release, really soon after you release the pack. Like, why isn't it fixed still this many many weeks or even months after the pack's release. That's crazy. Just, oh, I don't get it. Can you tell I'm in a bad mood of The Sims after they released the Star Wars pack? I didn't have my hopes up, to be fair, but it has put me in a bit of a downer, I must say. So I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry I'm taking it out on you in this video, but hopefully you'll agree and you'll enjoy me moaning. You'll also see that I added quite a lot of the eco lifestyle objects to the landscaping as well. So I've got an eco lifestyle debug bike and loads of the sort of skill related objects. So I've got an easel, which is obviously not eco lifestyle, but then I've got the bugs and the candle making station I add eventually, and I add the crafting table, but that's not eco lifestyle. And then, oh yeah, the water collection object and a couple of things like that basically. And I also wanted to run an idea by you, so let me know what you think down in the comments about the idea of me talking about a few stories within my future speed builds, because the concept has come up with a few people that I watch, and I personally love hearing people's funny stories and just entertaining stories within the speed builds. I love it. I used to be a massive fan of Hatsie before she started making machinimas only. I still like her content, but you know, now she doesn't do voiceovers. It's less entertaining for me personally. She used to tell these amazing stories about her life. Like, she just tends to attract drama, I feel like, which I can't really relate to. I mostly have quite a boring, dull life, but I do have quite a few entertaining stories. For example, off the top of my head, I'm thinking of bad date stories. That will probably end up being the first one that I tell. So if you're interested in that, then please let me know down in the comments. And if not, also let me know, you know, if you think it's too self-indulgent and you'd rather just hear me talk about the build, then that's fine. You're completely entitled to think that, but just let me know if that is something that would put you off or not, or whether it's something that would excite you, because personally I love hearing about people's stories, and like I said, I have mostly quite a boring life, so I don't know how I'd be able to sustain that over time. But yeah, I loved hearing like Hatsie's ghost stories and things like that, and maybe me talking about TV shows that I like to watch and nerdy stuff like that, because at the minute, I'm sure you're aware if you regularly come to my channel, but I am making a Gilmore Girls save file on my channel, and I've got loads of videos on that if you're interested. But in every episode or in every video, I talk about Gilmore Girls and what I'm creating and different scenes from the show that have inspired a build or a character or something like that. And it's so much fun just delving into the show that obviously I'm a massive fan of and just nerding out about something for like 20 minutes. So let me know what you think about both of those ideas in the comments down below, and I will have a think and I'll probably make a list if you're interested in that. Because yeah, like I said, that's something that I personally love to watch, but it might not suit everyone. So yeah, we're coming up to the end of the build now, so I'm gonna head off. I hope you liked it. Please let me know what you thought down in the comments below. If you liked it, please like, comment and subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. I will see you next time. Bye.